Good morning, friends. I am out on my front porch, hanging out, doing a little bit of garden planning. I spent the night last night over at my mom and dad's working on their garden spaces. So I did take a little bit of video. I will insert that here. So there is one more section that I didn't get to show on video after I left. My husband did one more section. It's in the back far corner of their yard, and it's like a rectangle, and I'm gonna say it's probably about 40 feet by 15 feet. And it is in an area of their yard that is the most susceptible to creatures. And it's also an area that's not going to get a lot of attention, being far back in the corner. So that's probably going to be something that sprawls like winter squash back in there. The other thing I wanted to talk about was my dad's mulch. He has got black mulch this year for his garden. Now, he has that because he got an amazing deal on it. He almost got it for practically nothing, really. Trailer loads of black mulch. So he is using black mulch, which you could do your own research, whether you want to use colored mulch or natural mulch. I do use natural mulch in mine because I don't want to track down all the things that are inside of colored mulch. I don't want to bother with that. So I did look up a little bit about his black mulch, and it says it's likely dyed with charcoal, which is a natural substance. But there's always going to be a chance of getting outside mulch that it's going to have some kind of chemical in it. So it's up to you on what kind of risks you want to take. But for my dad, black mulch is it this year. So that's what we're going to do in his garden. And I will be doing natural mulch here. Again, I have just as much chance of getting chemicals in mine because I don't know where this wood has come from. You know, it could be scrap wood off a lumber yard. I'm not really sure. I do my best to get things that looks clean and that I kind of know where it's coming from. But I live in the city and I cannot always control my source on that. So I'm going to head into the house and I'm going to draw out a map of their yard with these beds that we made and kind of get a rough idea of what's going to go where. Okay, here's my map that I made. Their house sits here and their yard is rectangular back. We're going to go on this side first. Their driveway is over here. This area right here from this bush back this way does get sun, but it can be a little bit dappled. It's not the most sunny area in their yard, but I'm going to try and grow a pumpkin or something in that family over here. A couple different ones. Something that's going to be like a ground cover to provide cover for this whole area right here. Once we get past this bush over here, there are 3 trellises set up. We've got tomatoes up on those. There's quite a bit of space in between where I'm going to do like little mini rows of yellow beans. And then we've got some calendula flowers across the front of here. Back in the back is where his big shed is. He'd be so offended if it's a pole barn. I'm sorry, it's not a shed. This is the garden that we rototilled up. Last year we had zinnias here. I mounded up 2 big long rows, and I'm going to do chili beans here. And right in here, this area where it's flat, I'm going to make some mounded hills, and we're going to do some watermelon and some, let's see, like honey-dew melon, maybe some Minnesota midget melons. Things in the melon family are going to go here. This big area back here, this is the one my husband did. That is back kind of, there's like woods and stuff over here. Oh, it's gonna get loud, hang on. trash day. All right. This side of the yard, closer to the back, there's a good patch right here. It's not too big, but there's spot for some peppers. There's flowers in there, so it'd be very good for pollinators to get these peppers pollinated, so we can get good fruit off of them, and it's a lot of sun. So we're gonna put the peppers here. There's a rose bush right here, and then back behind here, I've got loofah and birdhouse gourds. I'm gonna grow on their fence. In the space here in the middle, we're gonna do a sunflower patch. Then in here, he's going to line the one side of it with a trellis, and we're going to plant the rest of our tomatoes over here and do a big zinnia patch in the front. That's going to leave me some space here in the middle. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I will probably see how many squash and pumpkins fit here, and if there's a variety that I want to try, I'll do it in here. I also do want to do an extra plants. I've got a butter bush, which is a butternut squash in a bush form. I want to try a couple of those, and maybe some delicata squash up in here. There's daisies here, and then these are all of their flowers. So this is kind of the plan. It's about half planted right now, and we will go ahead and get the rest of it planted this weekend. As far as planting goes, that's going to be it probably for today because it is very windy. You kind of can't see from where I'm sitting right now, but yesterday and today have been extremely windy, and I don't want to plant. I've got peppers left to plant. I don't want to put peppers in the ground on a windy day and have them be subject to the wind all day, so I have them kind of tucked up against the house right now, and I think I'm going to leave them there until tomorrow when this wind dies down, just because it could get a little cool tonight. Not cool enough to be a frost for me here. I live in kind of a microclimate in Michigan where I'm insulated a little bit, but cool enough that I don't want them to get stunted or get pissed off at me. So I'm going to leave them next to the house tonight, and then tomorrow we'll get out and plant those, and then maybe the day after we'll get some seeds and head to my mom's and try to get the rest of that garden planted. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.